It's a hard group to get money. If you're a successful women executive or entrepreneur, you go to Charlotte to get your book done right. That's the real business. Charlotte's part of Movement Makers, and part of that we're doing this live to see how it can help. So what do you got, Charlotte? How can I help?
Wow. Well, thank you again, Evan. And speaking of Movement Makers, I'm just so excited just to be a part of it because you always pour on so much value for all of us. And when I got the message from Sandra letting me know that I could get on again, because I was with you for a year, which is like, I was like, wow, the time just went by so fast. So I just want to thank you again for the opportunity to get a chance to be back on with you. And I really want to just kind of ask how to turn more of my purpose into profits, because you go really, you talk about it in, of course, Built to Serve, the book. Amazing book, by the way. If you don't have it, you definitely got to get it. But you just pour on so much value in the book and in our Movement Makers community. And I would love for you to share a little bit more about how I can actually go a little bit more deeper with that. With me being in the publishing space, I'm working with a ton of different women from all over the world with helping them to publish their books and become best-selling authors. And I would love to get your insights on really helping to take that to a whole nother level.
What's your business model? Are they paying you a fee to help them launch their book? Is it a monthly thing? Like what's your business model?
Yes, so they pay a fee for me to help them launch their book from start to finish, anywhere from like the cover design, making sure the content is polished up for editing, formatting, and then launching it as a best-selling book as well, and then helping them to grow that author business into, of course, a purpose, passion-driven business, so that they can get speaking engagements and really grow their coaching business. And for those who just want to just really do a lot more writing, because like many people, there, a lot of my clients, they're transitioning from jobs, but they want to be full-time entrepreneurs and business owners. So I primarily work with women, and a lot of them are on, the 9-to-5s and the 11-to-7s, but they want to do this full time.
It's a hard group to get money.
Oh, that's so funny.
This sounds like if somebody doesn't have their own business and they're not successful yet, then it's hard. It's hard doing a service-based business for them because there's just not enough money in the game. Usually the model would be a lot more broad, right? So if you're targeting an audience that doesn't have a lot of money, then you go broad and you have a big impact, right? You have a YouTube channel, you sell your own books, but coaching services or publishing services to somebody who doesn't have money yet, there's only so much you can charge, because your service might be worth $20,000, but they would have the biggest sticker shop of all time if they saw a $20,000 price tag. Like, I can't even. I barely made that last year. How am I going to pay you for that? Yes. So there's two things that come to mind, and I don't know where this goes. This will be a fun little session. One, either you have a portion of your business where you're targeting already more successful women. You can keep it within the women category if you love working with women more than men, but people who already have had some success, they don't maybe even want to leave their corporate job. Like maybe they have a corporate job and they love it, but they still have a message to share, or they're an entrepreneur and they've had success and they want to share their story. There's a lot of people who, lots of people want to write a book.
Yes.
Who have that as something on their bucket list. Like, I want to get my story out there. And as you, as you learn and as you grow, you want to help out. You want to tell your story. And I think of Mary Kay Ash, who she was passed over so many times by men in her organizations. And so she quit and wrote a manifesto for how women can be successful in corporate America. And she was going to do it as a book, but then she said, you know what, I'm just going to do this as a company. And that led to her starting Mary Kay Cosmetics. So one, I would definitely be looking at, can you reach out to more successful women with almost the same pitch? It's like, hey, let's share your story. The only part is the after of maybe they don't want to be a speaker or coach or anything else, that they're already a success. This is an extra piece for them. It might be a legacy play. It might just be something to put on their resume. It might be, I just want to get my story out there, but they're already making money and they don't need this thing to lead to the thing, because you can't even make them money with the book. It's like what happens after the book that they get paid from the speaking or coaching or something else, which you can only control the certain amount. Like you can't control how good somebody is or how good a speaker somebody is, right?
Yes.
So there's that extra little piece in there that has to be delivered. But for the successful woman who's already built her career and wants to get her story out there, she'll be able to afford you and can pay you more. Like maybe you double or triple your fees for it, providing the exact same service. You know, when I'm coaching people on YouTube stuff, the same advice, you know, that I would give somebody who has 1 million subscribers, there's a lot of times it's the same advice that I give somebody who's got 1,000 subscribers. If I did it as a service, I could charge a lot who's more successful for the same advice, right? So for women, starting a book, most of the questions are exactly the same, whether they're in startup mode or working a job that they want to get out of, or they're already successful in their business or career. It's just targeting a slightly different group of women. Because how many people can you even take on at a time?
Right now, we have already been taking on an average 30 clients per month. And a lot of them are entrepreneurs. And then, like you said, but we also attract a lot of the women that are clients that are just transitioning. So I am actually in those two targets, the successful woman and then the other women that are still kind of in transition mode at the same time.
Yeah, like I think you lead. I think if you're going to do transition women, it needs to be either a pared down service or like workshop mode or something where it's group. You're teaching a bunch of them at the same time how to do it, and it's not done for you because they can't afford the done for you. Right? If you could take on, 30 at a time sounds crazy. That's awesome. I would even look at, how do you do, like maybe the business makes sense to do 5 at a time, but they're paying you 10 much.
Okay.
You know, like, and really make it a white glove, elite level service to help the.
Sounds great. Yeah. I didn't look at it like that. I definitely will.
You're not helping write it, right? Like they're writing it. You're going to help, or you're helping write it too.
Actually, I did have early on when I started back in the year 2000, I did have at least about 5 clients who came to me and just was like, can you interview me? And then can you just write it for me? So we did that early on. But of course, that takes a lot more time, a lot more effort, and it's a lot more expensive for someone to hire us to actually do that because it takes a lot more work. Not only are you writing it, but you're also helping them to package it up, promote it, and even after the book is published, working with them on scaling it as well.
So you've got, content or programs that you could sell. Then there's done with you and done for you. Okay, yes. That's like each one gets more expensive. Movement Makers is like done. It's a hybrid. It's like the content, but it's also done with you. Like the challenge that we're doing. It's like we're doing it together. Let's do it.
Yes.
But coming in and doing it for you, right? That'd be a lot more expensive.
Yes.
Somebody DM'd me this morning on Instagram. It's like, hey, can you help me be a speaker? What what options do you have and what price points? Say, well, you could join Movement Makers. There's a lot of speakers, authors, coaches in there. That's $49 a month. That's
yes,
a low price point to get in. You could hire me to help you, but that's going to be a lot more expensive.
yes,
like,
absolutely.
where are you coming in at? You know? But done with you versus done for you. If you're going to go done for you, then you should be charging more, making more, and having it more as that white glove service. That if they need help finding a ghostwriter or somebody to write with them, great. They need help copy with cover design. You need help with marketing or promotion, or great. Like, you tell us what you need. We got you covered. We're the experts at doing this.
Okay.
But starting to prune down the number of clients, but massively scale up how much you're charging each one. Because I think 30 people a month done for you is a crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is. Because a lot of the women clients that we have, they are creating also the anthology books where it has like the one that earlier on this year that we done, it actually had 50 women in it, and it was all just contributing a chapter, but that was really massive in itself. So I definitely understand where you're coming about, where just kind of taking the number down and then creating that group mentorship, which I have the Wealthy Women Inner Circle, which leads with showing women how to grow their business with a book at the same time. And that actual starting point is $97 a month. And then we run different specials where people can get half off just as an entry level to try it for 30 days, that type of thing as well.
Yeah, I would push more of the low ticket clients to your program.
Okay.
It's basically makers, but for women who have books, you know? And how often do you meet? Once a month, once a week?
Yes, it's once a month.
So every month is a theme, is a topic, and it could range from growing your business with your book to editing the book to cover design for the book. Like, you go through the different topics you need to get your book done. But it's much more, the women then have to do more of the work themselves to do it.
Yeah.
And you doing it is now going to cost a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
You'll be happier. You'll make more money. You can.
Yes.
And just really build the reputation as being the go-to person. If you're a successful women executive or entrepreneur, you go to Charlotte to get your book done right.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing I would think about is giving connections, or because there's still that missing piece. If somebody is, even in your group coaching program now, they have their book, you're helping them write their book, there's still the missing piece to turn it into a business, because they have to then learn coaching, or they have to then learn how to speak, or they have to, because you're not making money from a book, right? Like the same book, you're not making any money from.
Yes.
By the time they're paying you, they're making even less. So, but that's fine. Like, the book is a door opener to get you other opportunities.
Yes.
The challenge for somebody at the beginning is they don't know how to open those other doors, and they don't have the skill set to, even if they could get a speaking gig, are they a halfway decent speaker, right? You don't instantly get paid to be a speaker because you have a book, right? So it's either connecting them with people who can help teach those skills, or bringing them into some of your sessions. Like if you had a group and somebody comes in and talks about how to be a speaker, or somebody comes in and talks about how to be a coach. Because if the women who come to your group then go off and they can quit their job to go do this. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's ideal for the person working the 11 to 7 or 9 to 5. Is like, hey, I'm betting on myself. I got my book. I'm going to go launch my own company. Her goal is to leave her business, leave her job, and do this. So if she can actually go off and do it because of being in your program, that becomes a great, not just testimonial for you, but proof of concept that it works.
Yes.
But you have to teach the other. I don't know if it's going to be you teaching or you bringing people that come in.
I'm definitely starting next year. We're bringing in different experts to come in, and like you mentioned, for them to be a resource. That way, they can. That it's like I want to get more into the strategic partnerships with the people that I, trust. That will, definitely take care of the women that I'm actually working with. So I love that. And so next year we're definitely looking into bringing even more experts, like one expert per month or something like that.
Yeah, like you might have to add a second meeting every month.
Yes, I believe I will have to.
Because if you only do it once a month, it's hard for the women to gain enough momentum. But then if you're bringing in experts as well, when are you going to talk about the book stuff?
Yes. So I will definitely do that. I definitely will.
Yeah. So once a month, you talking book, once a month, guest coming in, giving advice. It could also be somebody who's had a little bit of success in your group coming and sharing her story. Like I did my book 2 years ago with Charlotte. Here's what happened. Here's what I did next. Here's not just like not a sales pitch, because they're already in your program, but here's my story. Here's what I did, and here's what you can learn from it, and asking questions so the new members can learn from the people who've had some success as well.
Yes.
And it saves you a little bit of time of having to find an expert every single month.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I will definitely be implementing that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I would do. So you're kind of in a weird middle spot, and it's really hard to. It's doable, but it's just
yes.
You're squeezing water out of a stone. Like it's really, 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 really rough.
Yes, because we do get really, really slammed, because we even have a waiting list of women who want to work with us. We really are like fully booked. We really attract a lot of the women. And I have to still go back to what you're teaching us in Movement Makers, and the value that you're providing is just so helpful. I don't think I would have been able to get that far without, being a part of it. And I can't wait till we actually get to do some more events with you, so I can come out there as well and attend live.
Don't come though. Don't come in the winter. It's cold. It's cold, Charlotte. Yeah, I think that's the play. Like, and if you have a wait list, then that's a sign that the price is too low.
Yeah, we're raising our prices. Yes, definitely.
Charlotte's making some more money here and having a bigger. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think the access to you. At the beginning, you're doing everything and it's fine, and you're the expert, and you're caring for people. It's awesome. But as the business grows, the access to the founder, your time gets super stretched trying to do everything, and so there needs to be levels, and also just for you to take on more challenging, bigger work feels rewarding.
Yes,
every year.
Definitely.
Whoever the next up and coming a woman is who wants to share her story, if you're working on that bigger project like that's fun. That's cool. It's different. Yes. Different level of impact that you're having.
Yeah, I really, really love it.
So 30 down to honestly like 5 to 10 and
okay.
3 to 5 to 10x the price. And if that's scary, then you think, okay. Well, like what does an average person pay you? What's an average?
So an average for an anthology, it starts at $10,000. Mm-hmm. But like with everything that we're doing, like we're getting their books in Walmart and Target and things like that. So it's like that's because after the book is published, we work with them a couple of months, and then I offer them the ability to get into the inner circle for just additional support.
Yeah.
But I definitely am looking to raise that price next year. Well, we're already planning it right now, of course.
So the 10,000 is that the anthology has many people in the one book, right?
Yes.
And 10,000 is each person's buy-in, or that's total, or a group, or what?
No, the person that's actually doing the visionary that's partnering up with me, that starting price point is the $10,000, and actually the women that are in their book, they are like on an average they may pay $2,000 to be in the person who's doing the anthology book. So on an average, when they work with us, the person that's doing the anthology partnering up with us, like leading the anthology, on an average, they could expect to earn, of course, $50,000 to $100,000 just from us, just helping to, I like to say, orchestrate the whole entire process, where we support the other authors that are in their book as well, and just offering them support.
You also do like solo books.
Yes, we do solo books. A lot of the women that are part of the anthologies, they usually reach back out to us and say, I had such a great experience being in an anthology. I like to go ahead and do my own solo book, or can I do an anthology, my own anthology? So it's just like the referral process has just been absolutely amazing because of the women. They've been, had a great experience just being a part of the projects.
And what would it cost to do a solo book average?
So solo books, depending on the basic starting price we start at is the $10,000 as well. It's just a matter of what they are actually looking for. Now, we do have some authors that they're like, well, can you mentor me on self-publishing? That's like the problem I have with that is what happens after they've self-published. It's like they a lot of times with the marketing support that just starts to get really tricky because it's hard for them to then start to promote, of course, on their own. So we just kind of give them additional advice on and suggestions on what we would do and how we could actually support them with the direction that they feel would be best. And then maybe at that time, they decide to self-publish, maybe they could get some momentum going with that and then could come back to us and help them support them with additional marketing and everything.
Yeah, and listen, like if you do a great job helping them with the book, but then the book doesn't go off and sell anything because the marketing plan sucks, then they're saying, well, the book sucks. But no, marketing was a part, right? You already know that. It's like when I'm helping somebody with YouTube content and they don't think about the thumbnail or the design or the title or the intro, it's like you didn't do all the packaging and the work to promote it.
Yeah.
Do the big names, like I haven't seen a big name do an anthology. Like I'm thinking if there's a successful woman entrepreneur or successful woman executive who now really wants to get her story out there, I have a hard time thinking that's an anthology as opposed to, no, I want to get my book, my story out, get it in Walmart, on Amazon, etc. Am I seeing it wrong?
No, you're right.
That's the real business. I think the anthology business can be, maybe that's where you started and can still be a good part of the business and whatever. But I think that the thing to move towards, if you want to be the name in this field for the next woman entrepreneur or executive to share her story, then it's the solo book plus the marketing strategy. And it's a 50 to 100K package to work with you to do it.
Yes.
You're going to like, what do you put into the package, for 50, 100K that makes sense. But that's
No, I
that,
definitely,
that's
I definitely could, probably, I mean, because it's so much that we're doing, that even our clients right now, they're like, I can't believe you're at that price point. You're starting at that price point. I can't believe it. And that's why we're like, well, if they're telling us this, I mean, and you already confirmed it. It's time to raise the price points.
yeah, especially for the solo book stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The solo book, it now starts at 25K, but you really need the full package, which is like a 50 or 100K that includes all the marketing and everything else.
Yes.
And then the anthology business keeps growing, whatever. And at some point, you might even just give that to somebody to run.
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. Because I don't do all of this. Of course, we have a team. Our team is like, we have over 100 team members on our team. It's like it's just no way I could do this myself. But it's like I want to impact bigger. That's why when I had the opportunity to get on with you, I was like, I'm gonna ask him what he would do, and this has just been so helpful.
But that's where like your involvement. If you're working with the 5 elite women, you're in there helping.
Yes.
You're not doing everything, obviously, but you're taking the meeting. You're in the strategy session. You're holding her hand and telling her what she needs to get done.
Yeah.
And then also inside the group, sessions, you could be leading some of them, teaching, but it becomes worth it because you're teaching.
Yes.
Many people, not taking every individual phone call and saying, how do I do this? And how do I...
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the plan.
Yes. Wow. This is just absolutely amazing. I'm going to take each and every piece of this and take down my notes and watch this all over again. And go ahead and start implementing.
Let's go, Charlotte. I love it.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.